SPX YouTube channel. My name is Ron. In this video, we're going to kind of break down the SPX trade that I took today and called out from my mentorship and signals chat. We called it SPX shirt today, which was a beautiful trade. In this video, I'm going to sit here and break down how the trade went. So let me go use the replay tool. Okay, kind of outline the trade for you guys as if it was live. Right, so I want y'all to see it from my perspective this morning. All right, so when I woke up this morning, which was kind of late, normally I get up I say like 7, 8, but for today, for some reason, the thing was I didn't plan on trading today because I was already good for the week. So I was planning on just sitting out for Friday. And I woke up around 9:15 ish. Okay, so I woke up somewhere around here. Let me see what time. Around here, I seen price here, right? So, me personally, as I was waiting for price, I was just trying to see if price was bearish or bullish today. Now, when I woke up this morning, I first seen that we had some buy side liquidity that needed to be taken care of, right? So, this area right here needed to be taken care of, okay? So, in my eyes, I'm waiting for this to get taken out so I could kind of get a idea of what's next. Okay, I'm trying to get a feel for price. All right, because today's Friday, I'm not rushing to trade. I just want to see the perfect setup if I do decide to trade. You get what I'm saying? So basically, I wanted to make sure price was going to go in my favor today, because there was no point of trading today if I was already good for the week. So I needed something that's going to be clear cut today for me to even think about getting in today's markets. Okay. So basically, I wanted to see this liquidity taken out, right? Buy side liquidity. And as I'm waiting for this, okay, we see price takes that out right there. Strong, aggressive move to the upside. Okay. Excuse me. So this strong, aggressive move shows me that, the algo was pushing towards or wanting to take out this liquidity. All right. Look how aggressive it went through the 4K mark, right? So once 4K got, liquidated, now I'm looking at possible selling opportunities, but I would need, break a stretch to the downside to kind of play out. So as I was waiting, this happens. Okay. So I see the nice pull down, grabbing this liquidity. Okay. So when I noticed this liquidity was taken out, okay, I'm looking for sales now. Okay. So I noticed when this liquidity was taken, I'm like, okay, price May is now looking towards the sell because of the way it took out sell side liquidity. All right. So now I'm waiting for some more price action. Okay, we have some more buying, which is perfect. Okay. But I need to break a structure back down to the downside. All right. So I'm waiting. There's the break of structure. Okay. So remember, this area just got created and now it just got taken out. Okay. So once I seen price do this, right? So remember, when price did this the first time, right, it didn't leave a fair value gap. Okay. Notice how it left a fair value gap here when this move came down. So when it took out liquidity, it left behind a fair value gap. Okay. Now typically when you see price take out some type of liquidity, which it did on the 4K run, right, and you see a strong move back down and a fair value gap is left behind, that is a valid, that's a good confirmation there. Okay. So anytime you see liquidity taken, which is seen here, right, this last up move down, fair value gap created, and what happens, right, this low got taken out. Okay. So now you can kind of call this our market shift, right? Because think about it, if price was really looking to continue bullish, wouldn't this had created a higher low, right? But it didn't. It came through and ran down this low. So now once it took out this low, now we have the the setup or the foundation to now possibly look for our sell opportunity. Okay. So remember, these highs got stopped here. Okay. Liquidity run, grabbing those stops, price pushed down, breaks the structure right to the downside. Now what happens? We wait for our retracement. And what do I tell y'all every single video, right? You just want to make sure that when you're entering at a premium when you're selling, right? So is this fair value gap in our premium? Yes, right? So we could check it off the list. Okay. So we see prices in our premium, fair value gap, price broke structure to the downside. This liquidity run shows us that price is now ready to go bearish the way it took out liquidity. Okay. Took out top side just to run through downside, leaving a fair value gap behind, inefficiency of price that needs to be filled. Okay. So price now creates that opportunity or that stage for us to sell. Now we look for possible areas of liquidity to target as our exit points. Okay. So what is down here that could be used as our exit points? Well, one of the exit points I used was 39.80, 39.84. Yeah. So this area of liquidity here was one of my exit points. Okay. And then I think my last TP was 39.77. Right, you'll see in the beginning of the video the numbers, but this is the trade. Okay, so these were my two targets here. So remember, it's Friday, so I'm not looking to hold all day, right? But those are my two scalp points, right? So basically, my targets was here, right? TP1, TP2. Or I think I had a TP2, TP3. I had like a short-term target from our entry was like 100 points, which is like where I like to move stop loss to break even. So when price gets to about 100 points, I'll move SL to break even so I can hold for the further targets, okay, to make the risk reward more accurate, more precise. All right, but I'd like to have a TP1 where I could possibly take partials, or I could use TP1 as a way to know, okay, now it's time to move stop loss to break even. All right, so now once I realized that this low got taken, price is now ready to return back into our fair value gap. Okay, and then also remember that equilibrium is here, so we know that this fair value gap is in a valid area. Okay, now you can also check and see if this is an optimal trade entry. So yes, it is, right? So as you can see, we have the 62 and the 70.5%, right? Optimal trade areas, right? Optimal trade Fibonacci levels. So this fair value gap not only is inside of a premium, but it's also an optimal trade entry. Okay, and we had the clean breaker structure to the downside. Now we're waiting for the retracement. So now as we're watching all this play out, right, I believe that my entry, yeah, we entered around 4,001, and our SL is like 4,008. Okay, just a little bit above this high here, right, or this body. Typically you want to have your SL here to be safe, but I was just playing it tight. I kind of trusted this area here. I thought if price was to proceed and go higher, then I don't think the trade would have been valid anymore. I would thought price would have kept buying at that time. So this is like my cut of where price, or I think price going to keep buying. So that's why I chose my SL here. I'm like, okay, if price breaks this, most likely price is going to rally higher, right, and take out here, which would be buy side liquidity in that case, and that needs to be taken out. So having my SL here is just like watching the train come down the street. You get what I'm saying? Like if price breaks this high up, or it's like it's most likely going to continue to rally higher and take out that liquidity. But like I said, I was playing it tight and close, so I did 4,008, and then my final target was 39.77. Okay, so that's how I came about on my entries and my stop loss. So now that the picture is painted, right? So we had our breaker structure, right? We had the liquidity grab here of the buy side. Okay, right? Remember, this is also the raid of this high here, right? So this whole entire thing here was the raid of this high, so we keep that in mind, right? So we seen price raid the buy side here, and then it shoots back down to the downside, breaking structure and grabbing liquidity. So now we could wait for price to return back into our fair value gap for a high probability trade, right? Because remember, it's an optimal trade, it's a premium, right? What else do we need? And we had the clean breaker structure that left the fair value gap there. So now we press play, and you see price go lower, creating that more liquidity. And that's how I actually came about my actual target as well, because I noticed, look, 1 2 3, you know, liquidity, like look at that, it just generated so much liquidity here. Look at the equal lows here, 3 of them, right? 1 2 3, very high probability magnet. It's like a magnet in the market. Like it's a high chance price wants to get down there, all right, just for the simple fact of how much liquidity is built. So price comes up, Price comes up, taps entry. Okay, entry is now flowing. But I think, yeah, we entered a little early actually. I think we entered right here. Yeah, that was my initial entry. Price shot and hit TP1, which was 39.91, right at this fair value gap. That's the reason why I wanted to have this as my TP1, because this could have been a possible, buying scenario. But that's why I actually had that as my TP1. Because notice how price rallied back higher. Okay, so that could have been a nice short buy, not short, long buy right there. Could have had a small buy right there. But like I said, I was bearish for the day, so that's why this was my initial entry. But that's why this was my TP1, because it could have continued to buy up to possibly taking out this buy side liquidity, right? That could have been a possibility from this fair value gap entry there. But like I said, I stuck to the sell and we let the rest play out. So price actually gave the second entry here, because peep how not only did price take out this low, right, take out that short-term low, price rallied, create a fair value gap, could have caught an entry there for a continuation. Just pointing that out. Okay, but let's keep moving. So price hits TP2 there. TP2 got smacked, and then I'm gonna delete this off. Then as you can see, there is the final target, right? So this is the trade that we called out today. Well, I called out, but I'm saying this is a trade I sent out today. But yeah, it was a beautiful trade. 1 to 4 risk reward, pretty good. No complaints, right? Simple setup. Like I said, I wasn't going to trade today, but this setup did present itself, which led to me taking this nice trade here. All right, so let's move on. But as you can see though, as in real time, price did continue to fall. Right, price did continue to fall. So from this entry alone, right, if I did would have held, like this would have been a nice entry, right? Possibly targeting. Well, honestly, I wanted to hold all the way down here, right? But it was Friday, right? I wasn't expecting it to do all that today. Okay, like I knew it wanted to grab this short-term liquidity, but I didn't know it wanted to come all the way down here today, right? But indices are unpredictable, So this was a nice sell though, but nonetheless, it was still great trade. All right, went even further than that. Yeah, SPX dropped a lot today, but this was my original setup. Beautiful trade. Hope this breakdown helped you guys any way, shape, or form. If you're interested in signals or mentorship, link is in the bio. Other than that, guys, if you have any questions, you can also feel free to message me on IG at 215ron with 3 N's. And I'll, you can send me screenshots, and if I see it, I'll reply to you guys and give you guys some feedback on, whatever you send me. So other than that, y'all, hope you guys enjoy my breakdown videos. Starting next week, I'm gonna kind of record my journey on prop firms. So I'm gonna start doing that. Also, I'm gonna grab a webcam so I could like show my face and interact with you guys a little bit more, on the YouTube channel. So I'm gonna start doing that, but I hope you guys have been enjoying my content. If you do, please leave a like, leave a comment. Also if you're new, subscribe. Until then, guys, hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I'll see you guys in the next one.